And welcome back to the Ice HQ Ice Arena in Reservoir, Melbourne, Australia, on Warringah traditional land, where we are about to see the 2v3 playoff for the grand final place between the the West Australian Ice Quokkas and the Melbourne Flaming Galahs. The Ice Quokkas in the traditional West Australian black with yellow and white, and the Galahs in white with a pink logo and the usual black pants. Last time these two teams played, it was a 3-3 tie. It was an absolute thriller, and it doesn't get any closer than a draw, obviously. Jenna Mitchell for the Quokkas doing a lot of the damage early, as Cameron and then Jenna Mitchell again getting the tie-up goal with not that much long to go in the second period. Poynton, Mendel and McNabb for the Galahs getting the goals. Players to watch out for the Galahs today will be Lauren McNabb, Jojo Mosner, who has some superb skating skills, and for the Quokkas, we are looking for some great games from Candice Maverick, who played particularly well, Kate Harper, and of course their main goal scorer, and Jenna Mitchell, who has been having a fantastic tournament as well. Madeline Reid in goal for the Quokkas, Alex Slade-Baker for the Galahs. I'm Carl Brewer, and joining me again this afternoon, Caitlin Noon. How are your thoughts about this game, Caitlin?
Well, we just saw a pretty tilted game in the 1v4, so I think we might be up for a bit more of a close one here with the 2v3, so I'm excited to see how that goes.
Well, the last time these two teams played, again, it was a 3-3 draw, so another player to watch out for the Quokkas is Scene, number 22, and she's very, very aggressive. She's little, but she's quick and agile, and does a lot of puck stealing through the neutral zone and creates a lot of opportunities. What both teams have needed to do is capitalise on their breaks and also make sure that they own the area in front of the slot. Here's another pet hate of mine, Caitlin. You can see a bunch of players stretching on the ice. They can do that before they get on the ice. You've only got 2 minutes, don't waste it. But it's their decision and their time. They can spend it however they want. Choose to waste your warm-up time doing dumb stuff, feel free. Anyway, editorialising is always good. We're about to get underway now. The Quokkas and the Flaming Galahs will be playing off for the right to play against the Melbourne Reds in the grand final at about 4:30 this afternoon. This game, under the International Ice Hockey Women's Rule, it is non-checking, not non-contact. Contact is allowed to be made. And we are playing International Ice Hockey Federation icing rules, which is called hybrid icing. If you want to look up the history, feel free. Google is your friend. But basically, the beer league rule of dumping the puck down the other end and getting no penalty for it doesn't apply. If you do dump the puck down the other end of the rink, under this icing rule, you get a face-off down in your defensive zone, and you are not permitted to make a change. The West Australians having a bit of a chat around their goalie, while the Flaming Galahs are lined up and ready to go. They've left all their pucks on the ice as well, but they're fixing that up now. Full benches for both teams, which is good for them. This is their 5th game in 2.5 days, so a lot of fatigue in everyone's legs. The Melbourne team with a slight advantage of being able to go home and sleep in their own beds, which is always nice. But we'll see how they've recovered. The West Australians have had a good tournament. It's a long trip over the Nullarbor to get here, and we're absolutely delighted to have them here with us in this CCM National Women's Tournament. It's great to have 3 interstate teams in the first ever one of these. I think someone used the word inaugural before, but I had to smack them. I think it's just the first.
Not the inaugural?
Not the inaugural, it's the first. If anyone says penultimate, they'll get another smack.
Oh, what a ripper of a word.
Thou shalt not. So just a little bit of a chat while something's going on with... I don't know why we're getting this delay. We're getting a brief, maybe just waiting for the music to stop. It seems to be a song that everyone's getting into.
Just having a bit of a dance party out there on the ice, getting pumped up.
I believe it's the Ice Arena rave. So we wait for the puck to get dropped. Craig Armstrong-Frey sitting over on the bench for the Galahs. We're not waiting for a goalie. Referees, I do apologise for this delay. We're as confused as everyone else as to what's going on here. We're just not starting the game. So in that 3-0 game, 3-3 tie that these two teams have played a while ago, they've then played subsequent games, of course. It seems pretty obvious, but the Ice Quokkas have had 2 ties throughout this tournament. They also tied against the Melbourne Reds 2-2, which was a surprise for the Reds. And if they make it through to the final, I think The Reds will be hoping that the Flaming Galahs win this, because the West Australians had the answer to the Reds last time they played, as we're underway at last.
And the Quokkas won the face-off. And they're into their attacking zone now. That's picked up behind the goal by the Galahs, and they will skate it out through the neutral zone. Here they come, 3-on-3. They're onside, looking for a shot, right in the slot shot, and that is batted away by a defender there for the Quokkas. Shot around behind the goal and picked up there in the corner, right into the neutral zone, and will skate it out. Galahs have numbers back, and a nice intercept there inside the neutral zone. Puck there won by the Galahs, but intercepted there at the point by the Quokkas. Bit of a floater on goal, and that is covered up by Slade Baker.
Slade Baker had an excellent tournament so far, but a couple of goals got past her in the last game that they played when they matched up against the Reds, where they lost 5-2, and she got quite a bit of work, but she played very well, in particular against the Stingrays, where she managed to shut out.
Face-off won by the Quokkas, but no one could pick it up, and that's come down into the Galahs attacking zone, where it's picked up there in the corner, shot onto goal. No one quite picked it up there in the slot, battled for there, and the Quokkas will come away with it and go on the attack. Skated in down the wing, intercepted there by the Galahs, fought for in the corner, and the Galahs will shoot it across the back of the goal, picked up by the Quokkas player in the corner there, but batted out by the Galahs, and the Quokkas will go back to pick it up. Not far enough for icing there.
Zara Dennis steals the puck from the West Australians, shot across the front, and a goal.
It's in.
Zara Dennis, one of the most dangerous players in the Quokkas team on the attack. Defence probably not her greatest skill, but if she gets a breakaway, she's fast, and she's got a pretty decent shot on it. Was that a rebound off a foot? We'll see that in the replay here in just a second.
Went off a defender there.
Yeah, just a bit of a lucky rebound, but if you put the puck across the slot, sometimes that happens, and that's where you get those goals from. So nice play by Zara. A little bit lucky, but again, she made it happen.
And the Quokkas will pick that one up, shot on goal, and that is covered there by Slade Baker.
And Zara Dennis, a former player for the world-famous Ice HQ Rangers team.
World famous
Rangers team.
Amazing.
Yep.
Shot across the front of the goal. The Quokkas will skate and try to pick it up in the corner. The battle won there by the Galahs, and they'll get it out into the neutral zone. A race for it now. The goalie will come out and challenge, but the Quokkas defender there to pick it up and bat it out along the wall, but kept in there by the Galahs. They'll fire it into the slot, and Quokkas have got defence all in the right spot there to cover up that chance. Skated out through the neutral zone, intercepted there by the Galahs. They'll tap it back over the blue line, and Sampson for the Quokkas there to pick it up, and she'll dump it in, and the Quokkas will chase it in. Galahs there got numbers back and just fought for, just 2 feet either side of the blue line. Bit of messy play here, back into the neutral zone. Galahs off the boards and in, and Quokkas back in numbers to clear that puck out. Picked up by the Galahs, going for a circle back in their own zone. Bit of a risky play there, and kept in on the point there by the Quokkas. Galahs with numbers back, and that'll float back into the neutral zone, where it is picked up by Brewer, who shoot it through, and that's picked off by the Galahs forwards and skated into the offensive zone, forced wide, looking for a shot. It's a wide angle shot, and that's easily stopped by Smith.
I don't know if you noticed, Caitlin, that Jojo Mosner was skating around on that shift, and she's a beautiful skater. She's got really nice control, and watch what she does with the stick blade. It's always on the ice. She's always watching the play. Beautiful skater and a very talented hockey player.
Galahs with a little dribbler on net there, and that's an easy save, and we'll do it again.
We'll see what sort of defensive face-off pattern the Quokkas choose to use. It's a fairly conventional setup.
And picked up in the corner there by the Quokkas, round behind the net. Intercepted there by the Galahs, skating around, flung into the slot, couldn't quite connect on a pass there, and the Quokkas will get there first, looking to clear.
With 10 minutes to go, we've got a 1-goal lead to the Galahs. Galahs 1 and Quokkas 0.
And Quokkas are offside there, so we'll bring the puck out of the zone for a face-off.
Both teams electing to get a full change.
And one there by the Quokkas, back to the defence to start a breakout, pass through the neutral zone, skated in. Here they are, 2-on-2, looking for a shot, and that's blocked in front, and the Galahs will tip it out. In the corner, the Quokkas will pick it up, fought off there by the Galahs, and not quite out. Stood up there on the point, and it stays in the zone. The Galahs will try to clear it again, but in on an aggressive forecheck here are the Quokkas, and they are not having a bar of it. Right in the slot, blocked by the Galahs in the right spot. We'll try again, and it's in!
And that goal set up by that hard work by Ange Seen on the boards, the board battle. You won't see it in the replay, but she did get herself in the slot, and she may have created a little bit of chaos in the slot as well as the wraparound goal went in. But she created that opportunity with a board battle on the side and keeping the puck in for the Quokkas. And then a sneaky wraparound goal just to put it in the net, and we're all tied up at 1 goal apiece.
And the Galahs will go for the dump out, and that's intercepted there at the point, but they'll get it back. Not quite held in at the blue line, and now the Galahs are off with a 1-on-none, forced wide shot, and that is saved.
It's McNabb with the shot in, electing to go for the 5-hole on Madeline Smith. It's always a good option. It's often said about goalies that they've got great hands and slow feet, but Madeline in that case managed to shut the 5-hole and make a good save.
And a shot off the face-off doesn't connect. The Quokkas will go to shoot it out. Kept in at the point by the Galahs, fired through the slot, lost in everyone's feet, and Galahs have numbers back to cover. They'll dump it in, go in again. Quokkas say no. Fought for on the boards there, and dumped back into the Galahs attacking zone. Shot on goal. Saved and dropped, will play on. Galahs will go for a change while the Quokkas look to break it out. That's kept in there by the Galahs though.
Bit of a badly timed change there by the Galahs. They maybe thought that the puck had been frozen by Smith and the puck was very much alive. They're a bit lucky to get away with that as they all went for a change and they were a bit exposed, but they got away with it that time.
And skated round the back of the net now, passed up the point, and back into the neutral zone. Quokkas not able to hold that in, but passed back to their defence, and that's air-mailed into the zone and skated down the side. And Galahs there, passed it back behind the net and looking to clear it out. And here we are, 1-on-1 with a bit of a break, and just mishandled the puck there, couldn't quite get a shot off, looking for a player loose in front. And that's well defended by the Quokkas there behind the goal.
Good see while Jojo Mason's getting herself in place there for that rebound. Stick down low on the ice, in the slot, for a threatening presence.
And Galahs back to pick it up. Behind the net, looking for a clean break. Quokkas, they're aggressive forechecking, pressure everywhere, making it really hard for the Galahs to clear it out of the zone. They will do so off the boards, but it's picked up by the Quokkas, and they'll look to get it right back in. Intercepted there by the Galahs in the neutral zone, and they're in. Looking for a shot, save, rebound, and rebound all cleaned up by the Quokkas defender Maverick, and passed around behind the goal. But the Galahs have picked it up right through the crease. No one can capitalise, and it's fought for along the boards. And not quite out, kept in there on the point, shot, and it's a nice glove save there by Smith.
I think the Flaming Galahs are changing as lines, and where that can sometimes lead you away is if the entire line tries to get a change all at the same time and you don't realise that the puck's where you didn't think it was, you can end up with your entire back door wide open, and you get those odd play rushes. And as we know, odd play rushes are where the goals are found. So I'm not a huge fan of it, but that's the way they're choosing to do it.
And shot out by the Quokkas. The Galahs will chase all the way down. Picked up there, shot along the boards, intercepted there by the Quokkas, fought for. The Galahs will win that battle. It's kept in on the point, and the Galahs will pick it off and tip it through the neutral zone. The Quokkas with the defenders back, and Galahs will have to get out because they are offside.
Point with the right option, though, firing the puck in deep on the net, buying them some time to reorganise.
And Galahs intercept there, pad saved by Smith, and they'll go again back into the slot. The Quokkas with numbers in that area, and that is skated out cleanly through the neutral zone. Here comes Sayers into the offensive zone, and that's tapped out by the Galahs. And we've got 2 players down with some aggressive battling here for the puck in the neutral zone.
4 minutes and 30 seconds left to play. We're all tied up at 1 goal apiece.
And the Quokkas will come away with it. They're in, forced wide by the Galahs defence, behind the back pass, and just didn't quite connect and picked off by the Galahs. And they've got numbers now, 2-on-1 coming the other way, skating right into the slot, looking for the shot, and that is saved by the goaltender. Went to pass back into the slot, and that was whiffed on, and they've got away with it. It's kept in at the point, looking for someone in the middle, and there we go. Blocked in front by the Quokkas. They've got bodies in front blocking shots, and the goalie's got that covered.
What I'm really liking seeing there, Caitlin, is the West Australian defender in Brewer and I think Miller Sampson there, just really owning the slot, not letting themselves get pushed around, interfering with a stick on the attacking player and taking their mind off what they're trying to do. They've really decided to own that space, and that's what they need to do. It's good play.
And one there by the Quokkas. They'll skate it round behind the goal. Galahs heavy in on the forecheck. Defender wanders in from the point to keep it in. And thrown into the slot. Loose there was a player, but couldn't get a good shot off there. And the Quokkas will come away with it and fire it back into the neutral zone. Galahs will all get out and tag up, looking for another attack, but the Quokkas will fight them off there. The Galahs come away with the puck. A shot on goal saved, rebound saved as well.
Smith with a double save, picking up her own rebound. One thing that you might notice both teams are doing here, Caitlin, is they're doing a lot of passes across ice through the neutral zone, and as a result, they're getting a lot of intercepts. It's a bit of a risky play. When it works, it looks fantastic, but the odds of it working aren't great. So I probably want to look at trying to tidy that up a little bit and look at carrying the puck up the boards rather than doing risky cross-ice passes just at the top of the neutral zone.
Yeah, there's a lot of them getting picked off so far. And that's fired down the other end. Galahs racing back to pick it up. They'll get there first and whiffed on the shot, fired off the boards, picked up by the Quokkas and right back in deep. They'll shoot around behind the net, pick up the puck and fire it off the back of the net. And it's tussled there. I think the goaltender has covered that.
Finally, we get a whistle with that loose puck bobbling around and a bit of push and shove. If the players trying to find out where the puck is. But of course, the defenders trying desperately to defend their goaltender. Goaltenders are a bit of a protected species as well. They need to be. They're very vulnerable.
And that's battled there in the corner, flung around the other side, and it's picked up by the Galahs. They'll get it out. And from their own side of centre, the Quokkas will race down to get there first, and that will be an icing.
So if you're curious to know why the puck was heading all the way down that end and it was still called up an icing, it turns into a bit of a foot race. The idea is that if an attacking player could have beaten the defending player to the puck, then the icing is waved off. The referee has to make the call by the time the players get to the face-off dots. So it's a bit of a judgment call on the part of the referees. In that case, the defender won the race, so it was icing.
With just over 1 minute to go in the first period, we are all tied up at 1. Shots on goal heavily favouring the Galahs, but all tied up where it counts. And Quokkas cross-ice pass in front of goal, a bit lucky to get away with that. The Galahs have come away with it, shot, and that is blocked in front by the Quokkas defence. They'll look to fire it out, and Galahs are back in offside.
Yep, just a smidge. A game of millimetres at times, and that puck had just squeezed itself outside of the zone, and as a result, the Galahs offside.
And the Quokkas will win that one back and look for a clear out of their zone. Just 15 seconds to go in this first period. And that's one for the Quokkas, and they are offside.
And that will be the last play of this period with just 5 seconds left to go. Bringing you up to speed on the 2 goals scored through the period. One to Zara Dennis unassisted, where she got a nice goal, and then Jenna Mitchell with some great work by Ange Seen keeping the puck in on the boards, and she's been rewarded with one of the assists for that goal. She really set that goal up by maintaining the puck in the offensive zone for the Ice Quokkas. Other than that, it's been a battle of the goalies. We've seen some great work by Slade Baker and Smith in terms of keeping the puck out of the net, which is absolutely what they need to be doing. Smith doing a superb job so far. And what I'm really pleased with on the whole, it hasn't been perfect, but it's been much improved throughout the season, or sorry, throughout the tournament, has been the defensive positioning player of the Quokkas. Their coach has obviously been talking to them and getting to really own the space in front of the slot rather than letting them get overwhelmed by numbers. And that's why they've been so hard to score against. And although the Galahs are getting lots of shots, they're not good shots because they're being taken usually from poor angles, because the Galahs are owning that territory and getting good control of it. If you do that, you force the attacking players wide, you're much less likely to get a goal. It makes your goalie's job a lot easier. And makes their statistics good too, and goalies love good statistics. So, 100 shots, no goals, fantastic. And they might have all been dribblers from really bad angles, but the goalies don't care.
Yeah, but check out that save percentage.
Look at my save percentage, it's awesome. We switch sides now, and the team's now going from opposite sides as they always do. And we're all tied up as the second period about to get underway. With 1 goal apiece. This is the battle for the grand final. If you win this one, you're into the grand final against the Reds. If you lose, you're out. So this will be the last game for one of the 2 teams, and the second last game for the other one, as the puck is about to be dropped.
And we're underway here in the second period. It's a pile up there at the face-off.
Holman a little bit lucky not to get done for a trip. It was right in front of Armstrong Frey, but gets away with it.
Very fortunate. And the Quokkas will go back to collect that behind the goal, up the boards, and picked up there.
Oh, there's those risky cross-ice passes again.
And it's picked off by the Galahs, and they'll keep it in the O-zone, and we'll see how long they keep it in there for and how tired those Quokkas defenders are going to get. Kept in on the point there, shot on goal, tipped in front, and just dribbles wide. Picked up by the Quokkas. They'll try again, and intercepted again, but Steele is there to get it out of the zone.
I know a certain coach would be very cranky with those defensive players making that decision, and the Quokkas this time find themselves offside. It's a tricky thing though, as a defensive player, you're down on the half boards or down close to your down on your red line and you're pinned on the boards. You don't have much of an angle to play with. One of the tricks is to step away from the boards a little bit if you have time, which then gives you the option to chip up the boards. But the cardinal sin is that is a weak pass across the ice in your defensive zone. If you're going to do it, it's not always the wrong answer, but it's usually the wrong answer. But if you are going to do it, you really got to put some sauce on that puck.
And here comes Harper in for the Quokkas. Doesn't get much on that shot. It'll dribble out, and the Galahs with an aggressive shot out, and they'll chase it down, and it's going to be just wide of the goal, but they'll go and pick it up, and they'll get it out. There we go, right through the neutral zone, and coming in on attack, 2-on-2, skating around the defender, forced wide, shot on goal, and that's batted away by the goaltender. They'll keep it in at the point, fired back in, and Galahs have numbers in the slot, but there's a shot.
Beautiful flash of the hand there.
Absolutely.
By Slade Baker. One of the things I'd like to see Smith do, the goaltender for the Quokkas, and there's been a number of rushes on her, and she's been a little bit caught in 2 minds. Do I go out and intercept the puck? And what we just saw about 30 seconds ago, she had a great opportunity to come out, get the puck and play it up the ice. There was no pressure there, but instead she waited for a defence to get back. That's where she can move up, and she can be a little bit more involved. She's just a little bit backwards in coming forwards.
And the Galahs looking to clear that out, but it's fought for on the point there by the Quokkas, and they'll keep it in, back into the corner, down low. Galahs will pick it up, pass it around the boards, and they'll skate it out through the neutral zone. And going in on attack now, the Quokkas there defending, not quite cleared out, and kept in on the blue line by the Galahs, forced around the side, and with 2 players take a tumble down, no harm, no foul. And
Troon ridden hard into the boards there. She won't be happy.
And no penalty on the play. Quokkas again looking to clear, but intercepted by the Galahs. And just at the blue line, it is cleared out back to the neutral zone, and the Galahs will go back into their defensive zone to start another breakout. Quokkas there, though, keeping it in on the point, and we have a whistle. I believe that is a penalty.
It looks like Troon will be doing 2 minutes in the box for a hold.
And we will have a look at the Quokkas power play for the next 2 minutes.
With 11 minutes and 20 seconds to play in the second period, we're all tied up at 1 goal apiece.
Face-off won by the Quokkas. Shot blocked in front by the Galahs. Another one just wide. And they'll go try and pick it up in the corner. Kept in on the point. Shot, looking for a tip in front. Galahs have players back in the slot, and that's nicely covered. Quokkas will pick it up again, skating around the top of the circles, looking for a pass back to the point. Blocked there by the Galahs, kicked away, and they're off on a short-handed break.
Dennis gets away, clear, breaking the puck out through Maverick on a shorty.
And that'll be covered there by the goaltender Smith.
Some good constructive play on the penalty kill by the Flaming Galahs, but it was the setup that the Quokkas used for their shot. They got a couple of good shots in on the net. It was a good first part of that power play.
And just over a minute to go on the power play, so we will see what the Quokkas can generate in that time. Looking to break it out, but intercepted there by the Galahs. They'll pass it across right in front. That shot's blocked and goes high, not quite out of play, and the Galahs will pick it up
You can see Zara
behind
Dennis
net.
sitting unmarked in the high slot, just waiting for the puck, but then the Quokkas pick up on it, and now they're away.
And here they come, skating into their offensive zone. That's tapped back by the Galahs, but picked up by the Quokkas, looking for a shot. Stick on stick, and that's defended nicely, but kept in by the Quokkas. Shot across, intercepted there by the Galahs, and cleared out of the zone.
What we saw then was just that lack of that shooting mentality by the Quokkas. They had the puck in a great option for a shot, elected to carry it just that extra few strides too far, and then got dispossessed. Get the shots on the net.
And with just about 20 seconds remaining on the power play, the Quokkas will look to have one more rush. Forced wide is Harper, and she'll try and backhand it into the slot. There it is. Here's a loose player in the slot. Can't get much on it, and that'll about do it. And out of the box with a cheeky stick lift and over to the bench for a change. So not much doing on that one. Quokkas looking to get it out of their zone. Here they come 3-on-2, skating hard through the neutral zone, picked up on the wing and thrown not quite in front of the goal, off the back of the goal, and picked up there by the Galahs. But here we go, we'll try it again. With a bit of a size mismatch there, but the Quokkas player wins the battle, passed in front and batted out by the Galahs.
And that's Anne Senegan, just generating that energy when she gets near the puck. She's got enormous persistence.
She certainly does. And Quokkas will pick that up in the corner, shot around up the boards, looking for the clear, but kept in at the point, but intercepted again by the Quokkas. And here comes Scene again. Let's see what she'll do. She wins that battle too, and she's dumped in the corner there. No call on the play, and that's thrown back down the ice by the Galahs. Battle for it. The Galahs player wins it. The Quokkas player went awkwardly into the boards. She looks to be okay. Up she gets. And here come the Galahs again. Looking for a tip in front. Loose player in the slot. Can't quite get it. There's someone in the high slot. The shot is just off the mark and off the body out in front. And the Quokkas will look to clear.
You can see 13 there for the Flaming Galahs, totally unmarked in high slot. But, luckily for the Quokkas, they got possession.
And Steele looking to dump it in, can't quite connect, and defended by the Galahs there. And it'll go back the other way. 3-on-1, dribbled towards the net, and that is defended by Smith. Kept in the zone, but not for long. Here come the Quokkas the other way. Won the race through the neutral zone, looking for a shot, and that is intercepted by the defender. Good stick there to prevent them getting a good shot off. And a bit of an incidental collision. There's been a lot of people going down.
Offside for the for the Quokkas was a little bit unfortunate there. There'd been a
Collision.
been an incidental, and Taylor was stuck on her backside, still in the zone, and normally would have been expected to be well clear, but it didn't happen. So
it's a bit hard to be onside if you get dumped, isn't it?
Absolutely is. Harper firing the puck deep into the corner for the Quokkas.
And the Galahs will look to clear that out. Kept in by Storm at the point. Flung on goal, and that's nicely covered there by Slade Baker, who has not had a whole lot of action, but that's a nice, easy cover there.
So still all tied up at 1 goal apiece. This is proving to be a real contest.
With just over 6 minutes remaining in the second period. Maverick there for the Quokkas, keeping it in at the point. Battled for there on the blue line. Flung on goal by Harper, and that's just wide and saved by the goaltender. Galahs will clear it out, and that's going to go all the way down for icing.
Sarah Dennis there with the backhander, just trying to create a bit of space for herself, but unfortunately for her, it went all the way down the boards.
It's a little bit too much mustard on that one.
Yep, and it's the habit of the beer league icing rule here is that you can just fire the puck down the other end and then just go and get it at your leisure. And if you've got that in your back of your mind all the time, it's an instinct, and it can get you in that situation. It's not a disaster, but it's not what you intended.
And Galahs now on the breakout. They're skated in wide, forced wide by 2 Quokkas defenders, and they'll come away with it. But batted back in towards the goal. Battled for there in the corner, and Galahs will come away with it. Round the back of the net, and picked up there by the Quokkas, looking for the clear. It'll be a race to the puck, and the Galahs will keep it in, looking for a tip in front. And the Quokkas have got numbers back, and they'll hit it off the boards and gently down for no icing, which is exactly what we want. Galahs back the other way, but everyone is going for a line change, so no support there. And the Quokkas will win that play in the neutral zone.
And the West Australians offside from the change, unfortunately, there for Sayers. He jumped on from an offside position. It's a tricky thing to manage here with the benches and the blue line. It got made a little bit harder when the NHL and the International Ice Hockey Federation changed the sizes of the rinks. The blue lines actually got changed. So you might be able to see on the rink there's some older lines. And, they got moved a few years ago. And half the bench is offside.
It's a significant portion of the bench that is offside now. It's rough.
It's more than it was.
And Quokkas pass out in front, picked up there by Sayers, battled for, and the Galahs will get there first, fling it around the back of goal. And we have a penalty here.
And that Sayers doing 2 minutes. And also Thea Jones getting 2 minutes, so it's a mutual. One for high stick.
There's a high stick and a hook.
Yep.
So we'll see some 4-on-4 action for the next 2 minutes.
This is an interesting play because inliners are very used to 4-on-4, but if you've only played ice 4-on-4 is less common. There's Jojo Mason trying to make a burst down the side, but runs into a brick wall of West Australian. She's straight back on her feet.
And dumped into the Galahs attacking zone. Quokkas back to get it, take a tumble, and it's picked up by the Galahs there, passed across, right in front of goal. It gets a shot off, and that's blocked in front. And the Quokkas will take possession, pass that out across the blue line into the neutral zone, and they'll skate in on offense 1-on-1. Dangle around the defender, shot, and couldn't quite get a shot off there. And nice positioning there by the goaltender.
Slade Baker doing a good job of taking the angle away.
And Harper will keep it in there and pass it across, and just didn't quite connect, and that is out of the zone. But off the bench, one of the Quokkas will dump it in. They're offside though, so they'll have to get out, and the Galahs will take control. Fired down the ice and into the corner. And that will go all the way down, and we'll come back and do it again.
Because we get an icing because it's a mutual penalty this time. No one has the advantage. We've got, by the drop of the puck, we'll have about 35 seconds to play on the 4-on-4. We're all still tied up at 1 goal apiece with just over 2 minutes to play in the second period. This is proving to be the tussle that we hoped that it would. It's close, it's fierce, It's a great contest.
Certainly is. And here we go. The Quokkas will get the better of the face-off, dribble towards the goal. Nothing doing there. And two Galahs back to pick it up. A bit crossed up there behind the goal, but they'll come away with it. And looking to defend, spinning around, trying to clear that out of the zone. Defender will come in and pinch, but it's kept in there, and the Galahs will go and pick it up.
And we're back to 5-on-5.
There we go, with 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining in the second period. All
I don't know
tied
if
up
you just
at
saw
1.
that, but Saya just skated straight across through the pass of the puck to the bench. I'm not going to say anything.
I think you already did there, Carl, but we'll read between the lines.
Come on, there was a puck, and anyway. So you just get this mentality of I've got to get straight off the ice, and yet there's a play happening, and they're not watching the game. And there's a game on.
And there's a loose play there for the Galahs in the slot. Got a shot off just off the side of the net. We'll go again. And that has gone in. So right in the dying seconds of the second period, the Galahs
Zara
are
Dennis unmarked in the high slot.
And they're up 2-1.
Yep, Zara gets the puck in. And she's now got 2 goals for the game at the end of the second period. I think there's only a few seconds to go in this one. Will we get a puck drop?
I think by the time we finish celebrating, yeah, we'll get a good 30 seconds or so. See if anything crazy happens in that time. Galahs win the face-off, dump it into their own zone. The Quokkas have got it, and they'll look to clear back out along the boards. Fought for fiercely there, but they'll come away with it, dump it in. The Galahs with numbers back will send it back the other way, all the way down the ice for an icing.
That will be the last play of this period with just 3 seconds to go. The siren will beat the puck drop. And at the end of the second, the Flaming Galahs, 2 goals, both scored by Zara Dennis, to 1 goal to the Ice Quokkas. Quokkas a little bit unlucky. They created a bit of opportunity when they came out of the penalty box and didn't shut down an attack. And it's just that denial of opportunity is such an important thing. Stop doing it. Just stop doing it. Watch the game. But it's proving to be the tussle that we hoped that it would. These two teams last time they played way back on Friday tied 3-3. So we were expecting this one to be close. There's been a lot of hockey between now and then, and this is their 5th game in 48 hours. So this third period will be a tussle not only of strategy and skill, but also of endurance. Who can keep coming and keep their intensity up. If they get more of those breakaways, the Quokkas are certainly in with a chance. I've been impressed enormously by the work rate and effort of Ange Seen. She's having an absolutely superb game, and the rest of her team rallying around her as well, and putting in a lot of work to create opportunities. They do need to shut down those chances and own the slot. They're doing a pretty good job of it, a little bit inconsistent at times, but they're doing a good job of controlling their defensive zone. The Galahs, bigger and trying to muscle their way through, and on a number of occasions they've been able to do that. But Zara Dennis, so far, the danger player. You give her space in front of the slot, she's got a shot on her. You've got to tie that up. You can't let her sit there. So if you see Zara Dennis floating around above the top of the face-off circles and you're wearing black and yellow, you've got to get in her face. Don't let her stand around there. We're about to get underway in the third.
Face-off one, back to the Quokkas defenders. They'll look to dump it into their offensive zone, and that's flicked back out by the Galahs. Again, we've got a lot of cross-ice passes in the neutral zone. They're getting intercepted left, right, and centre, and we'll see who's going to come away with this. Quokkas with an aerial flip, and they'll get in there, right in the slot, and that shot is about 3 foot wide to the left. And it's picked up there by the Galahs in the corner, looking to clear. Blocked there at the point by the Quokkas. They'll pick it up. And Galahs again trying to clear it out, and it's being blocked left, right, and centre. Finally, the Galahs do get it out, and they look to go back the other way. Forced out wide, flung towards the net, but picked up by the Quokkas defenders. Kept in on the blue line there by the Galahs. Shot just across the face, and picked up there by the Quokkas, and they'll look to clear it out.
Hands up for an icing, so we're going to get an icing call, and the West Australians trying to get a change, and they get away with it. The referee's not enforcing that rule at the moment. We saw a few sneaky players get off the ice when Craig Armstrong. Craig wasn't looking at it. If you can get away with it, why not?
We've seen a lot of icing in this game, Carl.
We have seen a lot of icing in this game. It's almost like a birthday cake. It's a player to watch out for. Jojo Mostness, she's always quick and agile. Needs to get her shots off a little earlier if she can. She does like to carry the puck a lot.
We'll see what she's going to do in this final period. Picked up there by the Galahs, intercepted by the Quokkas D, and looking to skate out, but fought for there, and the Galahs won the battle. And they'll fire it back around the back of the goal, where the Quokkas will pick it up and look to shoot it up the boards. And that's going all the way down, but it's on goal, so no icing. They're lucky to get away with that one. Picked up there by Seam in the corner, and fought for. She'll win the battle, look to pass it up to the point. She'll spin around, pick it up again, and the Galahs player will actually pass that one out. Quokkas will dump it back in, but not very far, and Galahs will dump it out, and the Quokkas will dump it back in again. And back around behind the net, Sayers looking to pick it up there and pass it back up to the point, where it's fired. Loose player in the slot, and she just couldn't connect there with the pass, and that is swallowed up by the Galahs defender.
Great opportunity there for the West Australians, just not quite able to capitalise on a bit of sloppy defence work by the Flaming Galahs, leaving those players unmarked in key positions. You can't afford to do that, and they're very lucky to get away with it. And
pass picked off there by Sean Shoot, and she didn't get a whole lot on that, and that is covered by the goaltender.
I love the energy of Anne-Seen Caitlin. She's doing a great job. She's a real menace in front of the net. Brad Marchand style. She's everywhere.
Hey.
Without the licking, presumably.
Well, we can only hope. Cleared out by the Galahs, and that is just wide of the goal, and we'll have yet another icing.
So back we go down the other end. And the West Australians with another chance to get a shot off from a face-off if they can, or create some attacking energy. They're doing good. This is a real tussle. We have 11 minutes and 30 seconds to play with the Galahs 2 and then West Australian Ice Quokkas 1.
And it's proving to be a real nail-biter, which you love to see. Loose in the slot there, shot on goal and covered by the goaltender for another face-off.
Nice win there by the West Australian centre, putting the puck across to their winger in Taylor, who's just waiting for that shot. She'll get a little bit more on it next time. They've got a real good chance.
And Galahs might be looking out for that play this time around.
They're not getting up and covering her. They're still sitting there watching her.
I'm an optimist, Carl. And Galahs clear it out, and they're on a break. Let's see if they can win it. Looking for a shot. Saved by the goaltender, but there's a rebound cleared by the defender. Galahs will pick it up in the high slot. Everyone wants a piece and no one's got it. And from the ground, the Quokkas defender nearly got that out, but kept in.
Puck, but no one wants it.
Kept in by the Galahs and picked up there behind the goal. Defended nicely by the Quokkas, forced out wide, but kept in here. Shot, bumbles through a defender's legs, and the goalie's got it.
So one of those awkward little bounces there. It was a shot in by Troon, and just the puck bounces really awkwardly, and Smith has to be really on her toes because you can see that coming and you think, oh, I've got this pretty easy, but pucks don't bounce in a predictable way, and that can sometimes catch you out. So just getting those shots on from the point with a bit of air on them, not a lot, just a little bit, can really create an opportunity.
Sometimes they go in. On the point for the Galahs, shot bouncing everywhere, and they'll go and get it in the corner. Picked up there, fired softly towards the goal. Quokkas player takes a tumble, but they've got it and they've cleaned it up, and they'll shoot it back out into the neutral zone where it's picked up by the Galahs, off the boards and back in. Quokkas with numbers back will clear it again, looking for some offense. They'll skate into the zone just onside, and the Galahs are there to clear it out just again, but not quite over the blue line. Galahs will pick it up again, kept in at the point by the Quokkas with a shot funneled towards the goal, picked up by the Galahs there. And again, a shot from the point, dribbling towards the goal. The Galahs with numbers in the slot and an easy clear off the boards.
Maverick being pressed by the forecheck.
She wins the foot race and out it'll go. And Galahs again with possession just inside their blue line.
And we have an interference call on the Flaming Galahs, and absolutely fair enough too. You're not allowed to use your players as a shepherd. This isn't Australian rules football. So that's Shelley Clarkson doing I tell a lie, that's Gwen Troon doing 2 minutes for an interference. I'm not sure that we'll see that on the replay, but if you download the video on YouTube later and try to scroll it back, you'll see exactly why that call was made, and it was absolutely spot on.
It was a pretty obvious call there, wasn't it? And Galahs with the clear.
And this gives the Quokkas a real chance to try and get back. They've got the numerical advantage for the 2 minutes. Can they turn it into the goal that they need?
Galahs here with a pretty aggressive forecheck on the PK, and they'll get back into position as the Quokkas skated in around right in front, and no one there to tap it home. And Galahs will try to clear, but kept in there by the Quokkas at the point, and they'll shoot it back in. The Galahs will get the clear again, and the Quokkas will have to skate all the way back down and try again.
Just about a minute to go on the power play for the Ice Quokkas. 1 minute and 15 seconds.
And that pass didn't quite connect, but picked up there and skated back through the neutral zone, and they'll finally get it in. But the Galahs with possession and looking to clear. They'll go around the back of the net and shoot it out. And that's intercepted by the Quokkas. Shot on goal. That's just high. And Galahs looking to pick it up there in the corner, and they will get the clear with just 50 seconds remaining on the Quokkas power play.
Quokkas going for change now, just getting fresh legs out, ready for when it gets back to full strength. Now we have a 2-on-1.
They've caught them on a bit of a change. Handle the puck, and that shot is just off the mark. Back in front, defended by the goaltender. Another one off a skate. Unlucky bounce. And that's going to roll out of the zone again. They'll have to come out and tag up. Dumped in by the Quokkas. They'll tag up and go get it.
20 seconds to go on the power play.
Galahs in possession now with a clear past the defender there on the point. 10 seconds remaining on the power play for the Ice Quokkas. And that's picked off by the Galahs, looking for a shot, couldn't quite connect, and the Ice Quokkas have got it. As the Galahs will have to get out their offside.
And we are straight back to full strength. The Ice Quokkas managed to make a few opportunities for there, but just not quite getting the luck that they needed with the loose pucks on a couple of their attacking drives.
And picked up by the Quokkas there, intercepted by the Galahs. They'll funnel it towards the net. Quokkas with numbers back to pick it up and fire it out up the boards. Picked up there by the defender and intercepted on the blue line by the Galahs. They'll fire it back towards the net. And again, the Quokkas looking to clear the puck out of their zone. This time it connects. We've got one Galah back to pick it up. And they'll go right back in on offense. With a lone forechecker there, just about won that race. And battled there but just inside the blue line. Won by the Galahs, funneled deep. Quokkas with numbers back, but again, the Galahs going in for an aggressive battle to win that puck. And that's held up there in the corner. We've got 5 players in there, and the Quokkas will come away with it and look to clear it up the boards. And that's intercepted again by the Galahs. They've got a loose player there, shot on goal, blocked in front by Storm. The diving block there. Picked up around the back of the net, and Taylor will look to clear it. The Galahs player will get there first. And again, batted away by the Quokkas. Galahs still with the puck in the zone, shot on goal, right in the crest.
Here for an injury. It's one of the Ice Quokkas players a bit slow and ginger to get back to her feet.
Brewer.
Brewer ran into Emma Poynton. Emma is just a little bit bigger, you might say.
And she skated herself off gingerly, so hopefully she's all right.
And with 4 minutes and 30 seconds to play, the Galahs with a slim 1-goal lead over the Quokkas. The West Australian ladies would love to win this one and give themselves an extra game over here. And the Galahs would like to make the final and challenge the Reds.
And Galahs picking up the puck, fired into the slot, but no one there to capitalise. And the Quokkas will clear it out. And back into the Quokkas attacking zone, looking to find that equaliser. The Galahs will pick it up and skate it out around a defender, back into the offensive zone, looking for a shot, and that's blocked by the Quokkas players. They've done a good job blocking shots this afternoon. And Galahs will pick it up again. Bit of a weak backhand, not much on it, and that's covered by the goaltender.
Smith making a good save there. A good attacking rush by Jojo Meissner there. She got a good drive into the corner and tried to get the shot away. She didn't do her characteristic go into the corner and then circle around. This time she tried to get the shot off, but the West Australians back in numbers and took her stick away from her, so she couldn't get a quality shot on the net.
Face off won by the Galahs, a weak shot, and the Quokkas will pick that up and look to clear it out. They'll skate it out through the neutral zone, looking to generate some offense. Here comes Harper, and they are just offside.
Nice lateral movement there. The Quokkas were all blocked up by a wall of Galahs up close, and there was an opportunity down the right wing, just not quite able to put the puck through in time to set up Harper. It was a good move, just not quite there in the execution, but good play.
And the face-off won back by the Quokkas. They'll dump it right into their zone and chip and chase. And picked up there by the Galahs defender. Belted up the boards. Not out. Quokkas will pick it up in the high slot, funnel it towards the net, and the Galahs have got it. And they'll get it out only as far as neutral ice, where it's controlled there by the Quokkas, but intercepted there by the Galahs. A few take a tumble, and the Quokkas will pick that up in front of the net. Galahs here aggressive on the forecheck, looking to keep it in the zone.
Sorry, Dennis, looks like she's got an injured ankle there as she tries to skate off for the Quokkas. The Quokkas are unfortunately going to get done for too many players. Zara was trying to desperately get off the ice. She got tangled up in a collision. It looks like she may have twisted an ankle. She's trying to get off the ice, but the Quokkas will have to set a penalty. With 2 minutes to go, we now get stop time. Because this is a semi-final, the last 2 minutes, and there's less than a 2-goal gap, it is a stop time for the last 2 minutes. At what point do you reckon the Quokkas are going to pull their goalie?
Ooh.
They've got a timeout.
Yeah, that's a toughie.
For me, it's a no-brainer. You just pull the goalie.
Straight away?
Yep, straight away. Give yourself 2 minutes with a player advantage. You're going to lose otherwise. You may as well throw caution in the wind and throw 6 forward and see what you can do.
I'd be looking to get a nice clean possession first.
That would be the only proviso. But you would have that goalie looking at the bench saying, I'm coming now.
Yep.
And someone getting on who's a good full ice skater and getting ready to get going, as they've got 25 seconds to go on the timeout with a Quokkas 1, Galahs 2, and the Quokkas will have a power play. In fact, they could go 6 on 4, which would be even more interesting.
And why wouldn't you?
But give it a go.
Why wouldn't you at this point?
Give it a go. Roll the dice, you know. Throw caution to the wind, damn the torpedoes, and let's see what we can do. Can we win this by throwing everything at them? It's either that or this is their last game over here. We'd love them to play one more game. Of course, the Flaming Galahs would love to be the ones playing the final for an All-Melbourne final later on. But we'd love to see a match-up between the West Australians and the Victorians in the final if it could be arranged. Not that we're trying to plot anything, but it would be a good outcome for the tournament.
So the Quokkas will play on a numerical advantage for the rest of the game. Let's see what happens. Kept in at the point.
Unless they get a goal.
Well, this is true. Shot
on.
Ooh.
Just bobbles over.
And they'll keep it in there. Another shot on. That's just wide. And Sutton there to keep it in on the point. Picked off there by the Galahs, and Quokkas back to get it. You have to be wondering if Smith is looking to leave the ice anytime soon.
Just a little bit complacent with the puck handling there, and she's fallen over and got herself a bit twisted up.
And that didn't look good as she went down. Galahs have got it there, and Sutton back to get it. The Galahs very aggressive here on the PK.
They were a little bit hesitant at first. They had an opportunity for a shorty and just kind of dumped the puck down the other end. But a conservative strategy is not necessarily a bad one at this point for them. They do have that lead.
And Smith now heads towards the bench to get the extra player. So we'll see a 6-on-4 here.
6-on-4 for the remaining 50 seconds of the game. I can't help but think they've left that goalie pull a little bit late, Caitlin.
Well, you did say straight away. And we've got another player down here for the Quokkas, and that did not look great. She's Ginger getting up.
Very slow to get back to the feet, but now they've got the puck on the rush.
And here they come with numbers. Let's see what they can generate. Battle for in the corner. And the Galahs player will come away with it. Fired up the boards and picked off there by Harper. She'll look to keep it in. And she's swarmed by Galahs, and that is back out into the neutral zone. And they've got 20 seconds to go.
They've got to get onside in a hurry to make this worthwhile.
And here come the Galahs looking for an empty netter. And just wide. So there is life. There's 9 seconds to get back on the rush. And you think the Galahs players are just going to look to tie this up. With 2 seconds to go, it's going to be the Galahs 2-1 over the Ice Quokkas.
Well, Caitlin, that certainly was the tussle that we were hoping that it would be. A fantastic game by both teams with the winning margin of just that one goal. And we've seen the Quokkas throw everything they could in the last 50, 60 seconds at the Flaming Galahs, but the Galahs able to hold on. And so we hope that Zara Dennis is okay. She's on the ice at the moment, skating around, I think. So she seems to be okay, which is good. And the West Australians have made a long trip over to Nullarbor. We hope you've had a great time here in this tournament. And there is an after party taking place in the bar, which they can get started on now, of course. The Flaming Galahs have to wait another couple of hours because they've made the final. The final will be played at 4:30. For the Flaming Galahs, 2 goals to Zara Dennis. For the West Australian Ice Quokkas, 1 to Jenna Mitchell. A great